I have told many people about this story. Some believe me, most do not. I cannot guarantee that you will. I pray you will. When I was in the fourth grade, my dad moved to Hawaii. My mom and dad were divorced at this time. I stayed with my mom in California during school days, but during summer, I stayed with my dad in Hawaii. Everything went fine for the first 4 years. What happened next would change my life forever. It would change the way I view everything. It was about 2 a.m. Everybody was asleep when I heard it. It was strange, but it sounded like music. I laid in bed listening, and it sounded like Queen. The next song played, and it sounded like Kiss. So I knew the songs. I was singing along and slowly sung myself to sleep. The next morning, I asked my dad if he left the radio on in his office. He told me no, that it was the neighbors. This was weird because the music sounded so close, like it was coming out of his office. The next night, I stayed up all night just waiting for the music to start. As soon as the clock hit 2 a.m., the music started again. I got out of bed to prove to my dad that it was coming out of his office. I walked up to the office door, pressed my ear against the door, and listened. It was surely coming out of the office. I rushed to bed in a hurry to tell my dad it was. The next morning, I told my dad about last night. He didn't believe me. I told him to follow me, that I proved to him that he was wrong. We rushed up the stairs right next to the office, and together we listened for the music. It didn't start. He started claiming that I was hearing the neighbor's music or I was going crazy, but I was sure it was coming out of his office. The third night, I stayed up, and sure enough, when the clock hit 2, it started all over again. But the strange thing about the whole thing was it was the same track: Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, Kiss, Hotter Than Hell, AC/DC, Iron Man, Metallica, Enter Sandman. I never got past Enter Sandman. It always put me to sleep, no matter what. No matter how hard I tried, that was it, my final straw. I wanted to prove to my dad that it was coming out of the office. I gained the courage to get out of bed and open the office door. The smell, I can't really describe it. It was strange, like a new house smell, but worse. As soon as I walked in, the light flickered on for at least half a second. There was a strange, loud, pulsing noise shooting in my ear. The music gradually got louder and louder. It got so loud, I was sure my dad would wake up and hear it. As soon as it started, it ended just as fast. The door slammed shut from behind me, and I heard talking. It wasn't angry talking, though. It was more relaxing, if anything. I can barely remember what it said, but if my memory is correct, it stated, "Do not fear me, Noah, for I won't hurt you, nor will I want to. I am here to protect you from this room. This is your last warning, for you didn't take my previous one lightly." At this time, I did not know what the voice was talking about. What warning? Last warning? But most of all, what was in that room that it was trying to protect me from? The door opened, the music started again. The strange smell went away. The eerie sound in my ears stopped. I rushed to bed, scared out of my mind. By the time I woke up, I thought the whole thing was a dream. I wanted to do the same thing again tonight, see what was up with the room. Most of all, I wanted to see if the music was indeed the neighbors or if it was some strange entity or radio or whatever it was. I stayed up. The clock hit 2. The music started, but it was different. The songs were changed. I wrote them down. As they played, the list included Dr. Feelgood, Our House, No More Mr. Nice Guy, One, The Final Countdown, Eye of the Tiger, November Rain, The Last Line, Every Rose Has Its Thorn, Rainbow in the Dark. The list may go on. I can see it's ripped at the end, but what I didn't notice until now is the first letter of each song. Do not enter. If only I realized it before. It could have been prevented. I got up, went to the office, opened the door, same thing happened. Light flickered, music got louder, loud painful noise, door slamming. All that was missing was the voice. That's when it started. You did not hear my warning. I cannot protect you anymore. The voice sounded different, though, more angry, more evil. That's when I felt it, a sharp pain across my stomach. I look down and see blood rushing from my stomach. My arm starts getting heavy. Blood burst from my wrist. I tried to move, but couldn't move my feet. Something is trying to kill me, I thought to myself. That gave me all the strength I needed to make my way out of the room. I slowly crawled my way to the door and passed through the doorway. The door slammed shut. I heard a scream. Blood was everywhere. I passed out there on the floor in front of the office. I woke up in bed. I don't recall how I got there. All I did remember was last night. I went to the bathroom and saw a giant scratch across my stomach, a gaping hole in my right arm. They both looked like scratches. After last night, the music doesn't start again. I still will never go into the office again, but ever since that day, every once in a while, I'll see a shadow in the corner of my eye, or strange things will happen. Doors slamming, pictures shooting off the wall, strange scratches appearing. I often figured I often figured that the entity in the office just moved on, that I defeated it. Boy, was I wrong. Every so often I hear the music, or I'll get more scratches. Heed my warning. Do not enter strange rooms.